First, um, in this today video, we are going to create a common library which can be used in .NET Framework application, and the same library we can use in .NET Core application. So let's start. And first, I'm going to create a .NET Core application. Okay, let's start from the library. Then we will create two separate applications, one for core and one for framework, and we can see how we can reuse the same library in the both architectures. Okay, so let's start from to create a one library. So here I'm going to create a .NET standard library. So let's say I call it calculator. So I'm going to create a calculator class which has three or two, three and four operations, and we will see and we can call these operations from both architecture, .NET Framework, and .NET Core. So once we create this uh, standard library project, so it's already created that class one by default. So I just write calculator, and it asks me to update all the references. Say yes. So now I have a calculator class, and I'm going to create three or four operations within a calculator class. It's like we have one add function, and it takes two numbers, number one and integer number two, and it's written, let's say, add operation. So I copy the same function for the subtract and change the operation between these two numbers. Create for multiplication, and use the multiple sign here, and then create the last one for division. Okay, so now we have one calculator class in our library, and it has four operations: add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Okay, so let's build it, and here we have this DLL, right? So I just copy this path, and now we have just we have ready this library. Okay, so I'm just hide it and going to create .NET Core application, and we will see. I'm going to new project, and now I'm select this .NET Core option, and here we have that console application for .NET. So we can say it's a core client, right? And click OK. All right, so now core application is ready. By default, it's create a default class which is called program, and it has main function. And it's a default template. Okay, let's go. And here you can see we don't have any assembly option. So how could we add DLL of reference here? So if we scroll down, then click on this dependencies, and here we option to add references. So if I click on this, it opened that the same dialog which we were see in the framework application. Click on the browse. Now I'm going to navigate this your folder where we have this calculator.tll file and click on this add button and OK. So now you can see here we have automatically assembly nodes which has this calculator. Okay, so now let's see how we can use this calculator class here. Let's say, so it's asked me to add the namespace, and if I can, okay, because I have a single line here. Let's do like this. Calculator y. Okay, this is all right. Okay, so now cal dot. So now you can see we have these four options. Let's say 2, 3, show the result and console. So from here, and if copy this and use other function as well, subtract. Let's say 5 minus 3. So let's say subtract result and then this. Okay, so now we have ready to compile it, the code. So the code is compiled, so I'm at the breakpoint here, and we can see in console window line by line our operations. I can go here, so here you can see the add result for 2 and 5, 2 and 3, it's 5, subtract 2, 15, divide 25. So this is how we can use library in .NET Core. Okay, so now let's see how we can use the similar library which supported in .NET Core, and we can use how we can use in .NET Framework. So let me go and create one more application which based on .NET Frame architecture. So I'm going to select we use C Sharp. So here we have the console app for .NET Framework. So I just rename it that, call it Framework Client. The other one was the Core Client. So I'm going to create this .NET console app. Okay, so the class is ready and it also has applied this default template. And here we have, if you see the old .NET Framework, structure, properties, and the references. Okay, so now I'm going to add the same DLL here. Browse it. So if you see here, we have this calculator.dll, which we already using .NET Core. So now I'm going the same DLL in .NET Framework. Click OK, and if you see the calculator DLL added as a reference here. So now let's see and consume this DLL library, calculator library, create later. So it says, okay, Cal, this is asking to add the references here. Okay, Cal dot. Now you can see it's showing the same functions what we were using in .NET Core. So now here I can write the similar code. When I can copy it from the .NET project, .NET client application. So if I copy the whole code, so it can easily be to be right here. So here you can see the same code I'm using in .NET Framework and the same code I was using in .NET Core. And if I'm going to build this and try to run the same console app, and you can see now. So here we have the same results, and there is no change in the results and any operations. So this is how we can reuse if we have any libraries which already built in .NET Framework and we are shifting our code or creating some new application which is based on .NET Core. So this is how we can reuse our libraries on the both frameworks. So if you like this video, so please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to subscribe it. And if you like this video, so please click on the